Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see this time we are going to check fresh release from Miniart. It is molded in 135 scale and this time it copies Su-122-54. It's a late type, part of the military miniature series, and now we have a chance to check it closer. So as you can see we got this nice box art on the front. I will remove the sign so that it won't bother you, and you can see this vehicle in a nice painting, I would say. Here you can see comparison with my hand. It's not that big box, I would say, for the 135 scale. It's a typical size for Miniart 135 scale kits. Here on the side we have some information about the kit, so we have a short description in 3 languages, safety advices, and also address of the manufacturer here. On the other side we have 3D images of the assembled vehicle so that you understand what you can do with this vehicle. For example, openable hatches. So let's open it. That's a top opening box as usual with Miniart, and here we have everything inside. So as you can see, plastic sprues are packed into one plastic bag. Then on the bottom we have assembly manual, but we will check it a bit later. First I would like to take a look at this set of plastic parts. It's really impressive because, as you can see, the amount of plastic parts is huge, and it's typical for Miniart, but still it doesn't stop to amaze me every time I open boxes from this manufacturer. Anyway, here we have, in one plastic bag, we have 2 plastic bags with other sprues, so I'm going to remove them and we will check them closer in a second. I would like to start with big frames, then we will continue with these narrow ones. So just give me a second to cut through this sealed plastic bag and we will take a look at these parts. Okay. This is not an interior kit as far as I remember, at least there was no such sign on the box art, so it means we don't get any interior detailing in this model. And first of all, here we have this clear plastic bag with transparent plastic parts and decals. Again, it is sealed, so I will open it in a second and we will check everything closer. Okay. So, first of all, we have decals sheet. Here you can see these decals. They're printed in Decograph. Printing quality looks quite nice, and as far as I can understand, we have several marking options included into this kit. And here you can see on the light, they're not too thick. Really nice decals. Next we have clear plastic sprues. These are absolutely identical, so I will show you only one plastic frame. Here it is, and let's focus the camera, now we should be able to see it. So as you can see here, we have all necessary parts for the vehicle, all the periscopes, and also lenses for the headlamps and tail lights on this Su-122. Next we have nice envelope with Miniart logo. Let's open it, and as you remember, Miniart usually hides PE threads in such envelopes, so here is one. It is not painted, and here we have all necessary parts for external detailing, and it looks quite good. But of course you will have to be careful with those thin parts, because as you can see they're really small, so sharp tweezer is advised while handling those parts during the assembly process. Here we have first gray plastic sprue. It is quite wide, I would say, and here we have various parts for the main hull, as well as for example main gun here. Molding quality looks really great. I'll bring some of those elements closer so that you can see it with your own eyes. Also, don't forget to switch to 4K resolution on the YouTube, because you will have better video quality and we'll be able to see more details on this kit. Here you can see the gun mask. Here we have more various parts. Really impressive parts division design, I would say, because some manufacturers usually do it in a more complex way, but here it is obvious that Miniart tried to simplify it as much as possible. Here you can see, by the way, the main gun, which is molded as a one-piece part. It's also really cool. And here you can see the main hull parts, which are designed as a separate sections. Okay. Next we have this gray plastic sprue with side skirts and also mud guards here and some of the main hull panels. So let's zoom in even more so that you can see it closer. Again, molding quality is really impressive. Note that attachment points are really thin, so it should be easy to separate those parts. Here you can see this same sprue from the other side. Okay, let's move on. Next we have two identical plastic frames with drive sprockets. And as you can see, drive sprocket will have to be assembled out of two hulls. The same can be said about the idler. And also here we have suspension arms, which should be glued out of two hulls as well. Nevertheless, we have the attachment points inside, so you shouldn't be worried. And I would like to show these drive sprockets closer so that you understand how good are they. So here they are, and here you can see them from the other side. And here you can see those guiding elements on the suspension arms. Of course, you will have to delete these plastic pins, but I think it won't be difficult with the sharp knife. Okay, next we have two more absolutely similar plastic sprues. Those ones are dedicated to external elements. For example, here we have machine guns. Also, we have storage bins and various covers for the storage bins, headlamps. Everything is here. And those parts look good as well. So the only thing required from you is careful painting of all those parts and then installation on your vehicle. Here we have another pair of the sprues. Again, external elements. For example, here you can see parts for the towing cable, and basically they carry the same set of parts. And I think some of these parts will be left unused on the final version of the vehicle. Here we have four more plastic sprues. These ones will be used for the external detailing, I guess for the lower hull section, but we'll check it in detail in assembly manual. Next we have the mud guards and also the cover for the engine deck, which are molded on the separate frame. Let's zoom in so that you can see them closer. Again, note the attachment points. They're quite thin, but I will be careful with this. Let's focus the camera. So as you can see, they're placed right on this angled edge, so you have to be careful while cutting them off. Okay, next we have this narrow plastic sprue, minor parts here, and they're really small, so be sure not to lose any of this. And actually there are two pieces of those frames. Next we have another gray plastic sprue with suspension parts. I will zoom out a bit and let's focus the camera. Now we should be able to see it. Be careful with those thin parts because they tend to break easily on all kits. It doesn't depend which kit you are using, so you will have to be really careful while gluing them together. Another set of absolutely identical plastic frames, suspension parts, and actually they're the same as what we just saw several seconds ago. Then we have suspension parts. Here you can see suspension arms. They're given on 4 identical plastic frames. And next we have two similar plastic frames for the fuel tanks. As you can remember, on this vehicle they're assembled as those drums, fuel drums. Sorry. And the inside we have guiding elements. So as you can see, we have guiding pins, which should make it easier to assemble your vehicle faster and in the proper way. And then we have the another white gray plastic sprue. I'm just trying to find where is the top. So let's focus the camera, zoom out a bit. So here we have the main hull sections, as you can see, the bottom part, the side panels, and also some parts for the superstructure on this vehicle, as well as the engine dock, some parts such as tarpaulin cover, Pioneer tools, everything is here. Okay, these are wide sprues, and then we have these narrow sprues. As you can see, they're packed into this separate plastic bag. As far as I can guess, here we have suspension parts such as road wheels and tracks. So let's open it and take a look at those elements. First of all, we have really wide frame. Here it is, full of various parts for the stowage bins and other elements. So be sure to assemble all the stowage bins and place them on your vehicle. Then we have road wheels. These are placed on several absolutely similar plastic frames. Here you can see them. With road wheels, you will have to clean these cutouts because, as you can see, we have small bits of the plastic inside. But otherwise, they look really good. As you can see, we have even the rubber pattern carefully copied, and it looks really nice. And of course, with plastic parts, it will be easier to depict the damage to these rubber sections of the road wheels. Next, we have also these parts with drive sprockets, but obviously we won't need them because, as you remember, there is a new type included into this vehicle, so this will go into your spare parts box. Then we have small parts for the fine detailing of the lower hull section. Here they are, identical frames. And last but not the least is the sprue with track parts. Just give me a second. It's a bit difficult to remove it out of the plastic bag due to the tight packaging, but we will manage to do it in a second. Okay, so here it is. Here are the track parts. Let's focus the camera. Of course, we have here separate track links, so you will be able to assemble the nice copy of the tracks, but you will have to spend some time. But know that they have some custom marks, and they are nicely detailed. They're not movable, as far as you can see, but I wonder who will use such feature on 135 scale kit. And next we have assembly manual. Assembly manual is printed. Actually, that's not pretty much all, because as far as you can see, there is another type of the plastic sprue. Actually, several more. So just give me a second. Okay, so here you can see the first one. This one features parts for the machine gun. Now you have the camera focused on these parts. They're really small. Here you can see comparison with my finger. And another plastic sprue with various hatches and also the wood, which is placed on the rear section, obviously. As you remember, this vehicle has openable hatches, so you can place them open in your build for extra visual interest. And I would rather do this because even though this is a not interior kit, still it will be nice to see such, let's say, feature on the model. Then you have assembly manual, which is printed in form of this nice cover printed brochure. We have short list of the features on the cover. Then we have first marking option, which copies Soviet Army vehicle from 1968. Then will be operation. I guess there is no need to explain what is this. Then we have parts map. And next we have again parts map. Assembly process starts from the main hull. As you can see, we build together the lower section. We install various suspension elements. Then we continue with various parts for the suspension arms and also the main gun here. We assemble the top section of the superstructure. Then we continue with sidewalls. Note that you have to cut some of the pre-molded elements, and you have to also drill some of the holes on these sidewalls of the superstructure in order to get the final appearance. Then here we assemble the, I guess this is a machine gun. Machine gun will be placed on the top of the vehicle. Then we continue with various external elements, and I'm just a bit surprised because main gun is still not touched here. As you can see, we work with Pioneer tools here, road wheels and drive sprockets here, and then, only then, we assemble the main gun. And note that main gun muzzle will be assembled out of two hulls, so be careful while doing this. We also glue various stowage bins. Then here we install the tarpaulin cover, as you remember, and it should be installed on the special holders and fixed with PE parts. But as far as you can see, there are assembly options, so it will be up to you which one you choose. Then we continue with the towing cable. Then we have here a colors chart, another marking option. This one comes from the winter maneuvers of the Soviet Army. And then we have one more, so 3 marking options in total. This one is option of the summer camouflage designed for use during combat operations. So as you can see, that's another nice deviation from what we saw on the box art. But of course, it will be up to you which one you choose for your vehicle. I will be happy to hear your opinion here in the comment section below. And this kit should be already available in all good model shops. I think Modelimex will have it for sure, so you can order it there. And don't forget to press the like button if you like this video and you want to help us. You can also help us financially by pressing the donate button on our website and sending some money via PayPal. And of course, I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for watching and bye.